at use quests now. So these are quests, another type, similar to defeat quest, where you have to interact with a number of interactable objects. So we'll just drop a use quest in here, and we'll have a look at the settings here. We've got a number of them, and to do that we want to place various interactables underneath. So we're going to use the, now I'll just go through doing this manually actually. We'll place an interactable here. Say we've got a computer which the player has to use, and we can place that over here. I'll just place it here. And then we've got this objects thing here. These things down here are references to other objects which you're going to use. And if we want to make this computer one of our objects, we click on that, click on the computer there, and you can see a line grows to it. Kind of like we had with the events and actions. So this is just a reference to an object when you're attaching to the red circle there. And you can see in our use quest here, the objects list has now grown to include a computer. Let's place a couple of more interactables around. We'll have a bomb there, and we'll have a magical totem over here. These are the three of the sort of example ones that I've put together. So there are different ways we can attach these. We could go, let's attach the bomb, click on objects. We can't see the bomb, maybe it's off screen. So we can just click on the red button here, and the bomb now becomes an object. The other way we could do it is just to add a new button here. It says add new event code, actually means add new reference there, and then select the magical totem from a list there. So we now have three objects that we have to use to complete this quest. Let's for now just delete these two. So let's just hack the computer. We'll go reset and close. And we've got hack the computer as an objective. We go near it, we get a little pop-up hack into the security system. We do that, and that's the quest complete. Yay! Now, what else can we do with this? With the interactable, the computer, we can give it a custom name here. So we could call it the security system. And, oh, actually no, sorry, the action is hack, not hack, enter code, we could say, and description. Enter the correct code to disarm the alarms, or something a bit more verbose like that. And if we do a reset, we'll see when we come over here, it says enter code, enter the correct code to disarm the alarms, with a capital N on enter in the tooltip, just like my bad typing did there. We can also customize other things. We could decide, for example, that it's going to take 10 seconds to enter the code on an interactable object, or to do the action. And you can basically see this on the little progress bar. When we go into code, it's now ticking up over 10 seconds while I talk to do that. And these actions are interruptible. So you can sort of put some gameplay in there by having some guards around who are attacking you while you do it. You have to defeat them first. For sort of, emergent gameplay. We've got the interaction event here. When you click on use, you can make other things happen. And users, this is where you can specify other characters who have to use the interactables. We'll go into that in another section. So yeah, let's just hook this up to the magical totem and to the bomb as well. And our use quest, we could give it, instead of calling it hack the computer, we could make it something like deal with the crisis. A more sort of general thing where there's a bomb, a magical totem, and a security computer all sitting around together. I'll take this one down to being put it to 0 seconds again. That'll make it the default value, which I think is about 2 seconds. Notice these interactables are all single use as well. You can basically do them once and then they disappear. So if we do a reset, we now have deal with the crisis. We're going to enter the code over here. Depower this magical totem, cast a spell to do that, and then the magical runes disappear. Defuse the bomb, which is smoking away there. Crouch down to do that, and then the bomb stops smoking. And we're all done. Now, what else can we do with these, with interactable, with use quests? Let's have a second one. Over here, we'll have a use quest, which I'm going to call bombs, for reasons that will become obvious. And I'm going to use the smart link system here. So make that the default parent. I'll then select bomb, and I'll place a few of them around here, and they automatically link into the parent quest. Grab another bomb, have one over there, grab one, have one all the way over there, and another one maybe down here. Now what I can do with the parent quest, which will default to defuse the bombs, is I can limit the number of them. That's default 0. It says number of items to choose from the list, others get hidden. So we could have it that you only have to activate 2 bombs, deactivate 2 bombs, and the others get hidden. So let's just have a quick look at that. If we reset, you can see it's just picked those 2. We reset again, it's picked another 2 at random. So when we go to do that quest, to defuse the bombs, got one here that completes us 50% of the way there, and the second one, defusing that, gets us 100% of the way, and that quest is now complete. And we'll fade out in a minute. There we go. Yeah, so you can use that for, defuse 4 bombs and place 10 of them around a dungeon mission in different rooms and so on. So every time the player plays, they don't really know where the bombs are going to be. Right, I'll just make the bombs mission hidden, like I did before. Make this use quest here. We'll just go and find it. And when we complete, we're going to unlock the bombs mission. Let's click on the complete event on the first use quest, and then the bombs one unlocks. And what we can do with the bombs is we can go hide when inactive. If we don't do that, what happens? Do a reset. When we go over here, we just have to deal with the crisis with these 3 objects. These bombs are not currently interactable. We can't currently defuse them until we've dealt with the crisis. And then this kicks in, and now we've got the ability to defuse them. Because it'd break the gameplay, obviously, if you defused them before the objective came alive. So any interactable objects that are part of a use quest by default are inactive when you go near them when the quest isn't active. What you can do instead is you can go hide when inactive, and that means they don't even appear physically in the scene until later. So you could have, suddenly the villain has planted some bombs which weren't here before. So we'll do a reset now, close, and we've got our crisis objective here, the 3 objects we had to interact with. But when we come over here, you can see the bombs aren't even there until we deal with the crisis using the debugger method. And there's one that appeared, popped up in the top of the screen there. And we can go and defuse that now. Yeah, so that's the basics of use quests. You choose the objects which you have to use or interact with. You can choose how many of them are going to be there, and you can choose whether they're hidden or just inactive when before the quest gets activated. You can also have activate on proximity. Let's just do that one quickly, and that puts a little trigger around these objects. So we'll go reset, close, and this means when we get near one of the bombs, when we sort of come across it and discover it, oh, that objective then appears. You know, and for that we could easily have the player say something like, you know, start for defuse the bombs. I'm going to take that A off there. Defuse the bombs, and the player says, uh-oh, bombs. I should defuse them. Reset, and off we go. Changed colour there. So when we get near one of the bombs, the player will talk. Uh-oh, bombs, I should defuse them, and this comes up. And we're now able to defuse the bombs. And there we go.